Do you know how 76 Allied prisoners of war escaped one of the most secure prisons in Nazi Germany right before the start of the D-Day invasion? If you don't know, then let me tell you. It was one of the most audacious and daring prison breaks of all time, but it wasn't successful. In fact, only 3 of the 76 men who escaped made it to freedom. The story is known as the Great Escape. And if you want to hear more stories like this one, please subscribe. Mostly British and Commonwealth airmen were held at Stalag Luft III, a Nazi POW camp in Sagan, Poland, now called Zagach. One British officer was in charge of planning the escape. His name was Squadron Leader Roger Bushell. The Germans gave him the code name Big X. It took place at Stalag Luft III, which was designed and built to be escape-proof by the Germans. The camp was located in Nazi-occupied Poland in a remote area surrounded by thick forest, barbed wire, guard towers, and other escape-resistant features. For example, the barracks were built over a swamp and on stilts to prevent prisoners from tunneling underneath them. The escape took place on the night of March 24, 1944. This was their plan. The prisoners dug 3 tunnels under the prison camp, which they codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. Their goal was to break out 200 men and cause as much chaos as possible and distract German forces away from the front lines where Allied troops were about to launch the D-Day invasion. Each tunnel was equipped with rail tracks, air pumps, lighting, and camouflage trapdoors. The prisoners also made uniforms and false papers by hand to help the escapees blend in and avoid detection. They even managed to smuggle 90 tons of dirt out of the prison camp and hide it around the perimeter to make it easier to dig the tunnel and avoid detection from the guards. On the night of March 24, 1944, 76 men escaped through Tunnel Harry. It was the longest and most ambitious tunnel, 30 feet deep and 300 feet long, just barely reaching outside the camp fence. But due to heavy snow, the operation was delayed and there were a lot of people waiting to escape, causing the tunnel to collapse and kill several men. Only 3 escapees made it to safety. 2 of them made it to Sweden and 1 to Spain. 73 were recaptured and 50 were executed by the Gestapo on Hitler's direct orders, which was actually a war crime because POWs are supposed to be treated humanely and not put to death for attempting to escape. This shocked the world, and Roger Bushell, the man who planned the entire operation, was one of those executed. The event is now known as the Great Escape, and it inspired the 1963 film starring Steve McQueen. It's a story of bravery, resilience, and ingenuity for all those who watch it. A memorial now stands at the former campsite in Poland. Thank you for watching this episode. Please subscribe if you want to hear more stories like this one.